Right, how are we doing, folks? Time for a video. I've not done one for a while. I've been really busy, so this is going to be something that I haven't done in a while, as I just said. Basically, this is new products coming out in the UK. As many of you know, especially those in the UK, we've just had the dreaded B-Day, or Budget Day, as we hate in the trade. So there is new products that have come out. There's some changes to a few products, some packaging changes and things like that. As many of you know, Robert Lewis packaging changed, that was a couple of months ago. I have had a few people feedback wise that there's a difference in taste. Apparently it should just be difference in packaging, sort of thing. I only really do the tree mixture. I'm assuming it's the rest. If any of you have sort of like smoked some of the new tins, if there is much difference, if you could let us know in the comments at the bottom. It'd be good to give feedback to the distributors, because when I mentioned it to them about 3 or 4 weeks ago, I'm the first that had commented. So if any of you Robert Lewis smokers out there are got new tins and old tins, if there is any difference in comparisons, please let me know and I can pass this back to the distributors. Something that's new out on the rolling tobacco front is drum additive free. Now, I got quite excited when I heard about this. I thought to myself, well, hey, there's going to be a nice, fuller flavoured natural tobacco coming out. Pueblo and American Spirit are nice tobaccos, but they're very light. Quite a few of you might remember the Crossroads that was delisted not long ago. That was a much nicer natural tobacco, had a lot of flavour to it, but this just, I mean, the American Spirit Pueblo don't have flavour. So like I say, when I heard about drum additive free, I got quite excited. Many of you know drum is a Dutch style tobacco, a half-svar, so it's got plenty of strength and oomph. There's stems in there for the extra power and nicotine and things like that. But when I got it and I opened it, I was quite shocked to discover it's pretty much a similar sort of thing to Pueblo, an American Spirit. As far as I know, it's pretty much just a Virginia blend. I think there could be some burley from the taste, but I'll be completely honest with you all. Out of the pouch, it smells amazing. It smells like proper ripe, fresh Virginia tobacco. When you smoke it, it's got a lovely, it's got a lovely citrusy tang to it, which you'd expect from a lovely, nice gold Virginia. But at the same time, it's also got a finishing. The finish on the taste is, it tastes like cardboard smells. It doesn't have a great deal of nicotine to it. It's a lot drier than Pueblo and American Spirit out of the pack, which is quite concerning. The cut's not too bad. There are bits of stems in here, I'm assuming for a bit of power, but to be completely honest, why they bought a drum tobacco out, there's nothing like any other drum tobacco. Personally, I would have gone with a gold leaf natural rather than a drum natural, because I've shown this to quite a few drum smokers today, got a few people to try it, and their feedback's been it tastes nothing like drum. And like I say, I was hoping this would be a typical drum type product, so that I could mix it in with Pueblo and get a happy medium between the two. A natural drum gold, a natural old Holborn yellow, something around that is what I was personally hoping for. And out of the ones available on the market, this is probably the least tastiest on the range. So sorry you guys at Imperial Tobacco, this is pretty cack stuff. So I've opened this pack for myself to sample and a few other people, but I won't even be taking it home. That's all you're getting as far as the review goes. Now, what else is there new? We have the Quadraosire, I can never pronounce this. It's a Cuban cigar brand, very popular in France. Recently been re-released in the UK. We have the Corona size that's on the UK market. Haven't got around to trying one yet. It's on my list of things, so I expect a review to come in maybe the next year, because so much stuff to try. It is unbelievable. What else is there new to tell you about? Oh yes, Brickhouse. Many of our friends across the pond will already be familiar with Brickhouse cigars, Nicaraguans. They've been released in the UK. We don't actually have them yet. My supplier is expecting them in the start of middle of April, should we say. So Brickhouse in the UK will come out in 3 different sizes. Excuse me. There's the Corona Larga. That's 6 1/4 by 46. Short Torpedo, 5.5 by 52. A Toro, which is a 6 by 52, and the Mighty, which is 6 1/4 by 60. So rather large cigars. They all come in boxes of 25. Single stick recommended retail go from about anywhere between £9.70 to sort of £14.80 for the Mighty Mighty. So that gives you a rough idea of the sizes of those that are coming out. There's also a range of Filipino cigars, again by the same distributor, that are being released. There's the 1898 Independencia. I can't even pronounce English, yet alone trying to pronounce other words. These come out in a range of 4 different sizes. There's a half Corona, which is 4 inches by 39. There's a Robusto, which is 5x52. A Pyramides, which is 6x52, and a double Corona, which is 7x52. These also all come in 25 boxes. They've got a Filipino filler, an Indonesian Filipino binder. I think that's possibly the wrong way around. Don't know many cigars that have double binders, and an Indonesian wrapper. And these range recommended retail $3.35 to $9.70. There's also the Antoniou Jimenez. These again come in a range of sizes. There's a Panatella 5x32, a Corona 5.5x40, a Lanceros, which is 7x42, and a Torpedo, which is 6x54. And again, these range from £3.50 to $9.25, all in boxes of 25. These are constructed from a Indonesian wrapper with a Filipino binder and a Filipino filler, which is grown from Cuban seed. As well as that, there's Flor de Filipinas, which is basically a Maduro version. These only come out in 2 sizes. There's a Petit Torpedo, which is a 5x52, and there's a Robusto, which is also 5x52. These only come in 10 boxes, and they're pretty much going to be $7.85, $7.99 recommended retail price single sticks. Obviously, box prices vary a little bit on those. There are also a few other new little treats that are coming out. Anyone who's a fan of Vasco da Gama, which are a German machine-made cigar, there is a Capo de Oro, which comes with a more lighter, more traditional Clara wrapper, and also a tubed Brazilian cigar. Now, again, these haven't been released yet. We're expecting them in the next couple of weeks, so I will do a video when they come in and tell you a little bit more about those. These are a machine-made cigar, but they're spectacular. I love these cigars, so I can't wait to get my hands on these. What else is there to tell you about? There's the new limited edition standard range Habanos Cuban cigars, but I'll do a separate video about those, which I'll probably maybe do tonight or tomorrow. What else? There's also some changes to the Guantanamera packaging, but again, I will take you through and do a video on those tomorrow. So that pretty much covers up new lines that I can think of. Oh, there's the Samuel Gower Jubilee tobacco. I'm expecting my delivery of that in tomorrow. I actually expected it in today, but it hasn't turned up, so hopefully I'll get that tomorrow. So I should hopefully be able to get a review of that done. Any other new products? Let's have a think, Glenn. Nope, I think that pretty much covers it for everything that's coming out new at the moment that I know of. If there is anything else coming out, I shall let all of you know. But for the time being, folks, I am going to go upstairs, finish my shutdown procedure, and I'm going to go home. Like I say, more videos to follow. I need to talk about Pipe Club with you all as well. So, until later, folks, take care and goodbye.